I'm
friend.
outside
And
in
then
a
it's flooded
damn
back
Jeep.
in Harlem.
Right
It
outside.
floods in Harlem.
TT.
Jesus. So,
Two-turn baby girl, you know.
it don't matter how much rain.
Still with the dogs that I grew beside. All the niggas brown, higher than they die. Gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right by.
Yeah,
I'm outside in an AMG. Right outside. TT. Two-turn baby.
Okay, what is up, Girl Please podcast crew? It's your girl Asia,
Charlene, it is Brittany.
and we're back with episode 4. And look, we're gonna get into it. Episode 4 is about accountability. Some of y'all leggy. Some of y'all really don't even know what accountability is. But we just gonna get into it for y'all. We gonna break it down for y'all. We gonna let y'all know how to input accountability into your life.
Mm-hmm.
So first and foremost, what is accountability to you? Like, how do you hold yourself accountable?
I personally say I hold myself accountable by mainly trying to either just in a way coincide add consistency to it, because sometimes I feel like you can't be accountable without being consistent, because you can try to say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but without being consistent with it, then you're no longer holding yourself accountable. So I would say I'll try to like write stuff down or have it like right in my face, or even try to get somebody else to help me out with reminding me like, hey, you said you want to do this, just to keep myself accountable for what it is I want to do.
Yeah. Brittany?
Ooh. I would say I just go ahead and do it. So like, instead of just, cause I know myself, I procrastinate a lot. So it's best to just go ahead and just do it, get it done, and then
just do it.
Right.
In the words of Nike.
Yeah, and then I don't know, just I know I would get on my own, like on myself, and be like, dang, I should have did that. I had like a timeline. I had more than enough time to get this done, but like, what am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? Why am I not holding myself accountable or being responsible when I know good and doggone well that this needs to be done? And that's not even with like completing things. It's just in life in general. Like when I lie or when I go off on somebody or something like that, like you gotta hold yourself accountable. It's a way to do things.
Facts.
So yeah.
Facts. Very much so. I would just say it's just get your shit together. Like that. Have your shit in order. Get it together. Because you can't try to hold nobody else accountable if your life is in shambles, or you're not even doing what you need to do, but you're trying to tell somebody else what they need to do. Like, it's backwards. But yeah, so how do you hold your family and friends accountable? How do you do that? How do you insert accountability within your friendships or your relationships with other people?
I would say I just kind of tell you about yourself, or I be like, from what I learned in the past in situations, like you don't want to go through that. So like I kind of like let them know like, hey, you need to get on your stuff, or you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you're wrong and you need to go fix that, or you need to see it from a different view. It's because you're just emotional right now, or you're just seeing things from one perspective, and you're being kind of ignorant to not open, like, don't be closed-minded, be more open-minded about things. So yeah, that's how I communicate it. Or if I keep telling you and I have to keep repeating myself, because that's one thing I hate doing, is repeating myself. I hate being repetitive. So if it have to reach that point, I'm just gonna leave you alone. I'm just gonna go straight until you figure it out.
Love you from a distance. You need to figure it out on your own.
Your mama say feed her with a long handle spoon. Yeah.
Okay. Brittany got all the old people sayings.
I got old school parents, so what you expect?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like, first you have to have, I guess, that kind of relationship with their friends and family to feel comfortable enough to one, tell them, and to know them enough, well enough to know that if you tell them, they're not gonna jump fly over you telling them the truth. Now it may hurt, it may be emotional, but you know the truth hurts. It is what it is, and you need to know. So I feel like honestly, kind of like what Brittany said, you just have to tell them because there's no other way around it. There's no back way. There's no, saying it a certain way. You just have to say what it is. And if they understand where you're coming from, they won't take it personal.
Right.
They'll understand that you're coming from a good place and you mean well. Because the last thing you want to see is, the people that are so close and connected to you not doing well. You want to see them do well. So I feel like you just have to tell them and have a conversation with them, but in the same time motivate them, because you can't tell someone you need to do this, that, and you're not motivating them as well to do it, because it's kind of like, oh, I'm just telling you, but you do what you like, whatever, or still putting them down about it. You have to, have that encouragement too with it.
Exactly. That's crazy that y'all was talking about, motivating people and, holding people accountable. It's wild because Charlene hasn't seen this episode yet, but I'm going to still talk about it. So everybody knows Sweet Life. Issa Rae's new show. So the guys, they were having this roundtable discussion because one of them has a podcast and they were talking about, like their successes and something like that. Well, in the midst of it all, what was his name? Jordan and...
Oh, wait, there you dropped him. Oh, well.
I forgot the other guy's name.
It was Jordan and Gerald. No, not Jordan. Jalen.
Jordan and Jalen. They were having like a heated conversation, and Jalen told Jordan that he was privileged because his mom was able to help him fund his business, basically. Well, Jordan got offended by it, and they just started. Words were being said that shouldn't have been said. Jordan told Jalen that he's mad because he works better than him, harder than him, so that's why he's successful.
Basically, he ain't got nothing.
Exactly. He was basically telling him he wasn't shit. So, I want to ask y'all, really, Brittany. Well, I'm going to say it too. I feel like, in a sense, they were both wrong. Their words got discombobulated within connection somehow, because I see where Jalen was coming from when he told Jordan that he was privileged. Like, he had some type of help to help him fund his business, but also, like, that doesn't mean I'm telling you like privilege or you spoon fed, you have silver spoon in your mouth. Like, we all have different struggles, but I'm just telling you that you just had an advantage a little bit.
Right. To get in the head start.
Exactly.
You're trying to do.
Exactly. And I feel like Gerald, he failed because, first of all, this was your podcast. You was a horrible host. You let them sit there and go at it. You didn't try to intervene or nothing to de-escalate the situation before it got to how heated it got. Like, that's what I'm going to say. Somebody in that situation was lacking accountability.
Even from just not seeing it, I feel like, the word privilege, you have to understand what it really means.
Exactly.
And it means different to whoever you're talking to or whatever the situation is. So I feel like just from the outside looking in from that situation, technically, if you have a parent that's able to help you, you've had, in a way, not saying you have a privilege like you've been spoon-fed, but more of like you've had the privilege of someone that's in your life that loved you enough to help you, whereas basically he had to do it on his own. He didn't have anybody back him up and saying, oh, you need this, and that, I got you.
Exactly.
Let me invest my money into it. He had to do it on his own. He had to invest his money by himself. Exactly. He didn't have nobody giving him the funds, and you did. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it is what it is. Like I said, the truth hurts. It is what it is. The truth hurts. And at the end of the day, your mama helped you. That's fine. Right. You don't got to be mad. But I said be okay with that. You had the privilege for her to help you. That you had somebody there. A lot of people don't have that. That is a privilege because people don't have that.
Right.
I see where he got a little offended because if somebody was ever tell me, "Oh, you privileged because your mama do this and that, whatever," I would probably feel some type of way.
But that's your
it's
problem.
Yeah, that's how you feel about me.
Right.
But like, whatever.
I don't know. I feel everything Jalen was saying though.
Yeah,
Like
we're gonna get into
Yeah,
it.
like-
We're gonna have a whole episode.
Yeah, I feel everything-
This whole show because they. Yeah.
I felt it. I mean, I agreed with Jalen, but just gonna leave that alone. Yeah.
All right. So, do you feel like accountability is important? Is an important factor in relationships?
Baby. Very much so.
If you can't have,
Very much so.
if I can't tell you about yourself,
I mean, of course.
what are we doing?
Like, we need to hold each other accountable. But please let me know what you think.
But tell me in private, okay?
Yeah,
Don't embarrass me. Don't even try to pull nothing in the public. Don't embarrass me.
Oh, don't shut down. That's like nothing. Don't shut down and then tell me later. Like,
Well, look, I ain't even gonna lie because I have shut down moments, but I be shutting down because I think it's better for me to shut down before I go off.
But it's better for you to communicate.
yeah, like I want.
But depending on what the setting is,
Oh yeah,
if you
like
feel
in
like
public,
you want to escalate the situation,
let's
we
go
shut
home.
down. We could go now. We don't
Let's-
have to go
Oh, but
anywhere.
yeah, we don't have to leave this stuff out to the car. I mean, if it gets to the point where we just need to leave, then okay, then yeah. But yeah, I want you to live.
Like,
tell me
yeah.
about myself.
Okay.
Cause I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
I feel like if you can't hold each other accountable, like that's some sense. It is a lack of trust at some point.
Because it's like, and then that not holding somebody accountable mean in my head, in a relationship form, that means if that person is doing something that you don't like and you're not willing to hold them accountable for it, that means you're just letting it build up. So then they never know and you never say anything. So then it gets down the line and
then
you're like,
you
well, I don't like this, and you're like, hold
You
on.
could tell me this
Hold
years
on,
ago.
why you didn't tell me this a long
you
time
didn't
ago?
tell me you didn't like that person, don't you? Like, no, I didn't.
Like, just be real from the jump. It would make things down the line a whole lot easier.
Right.
Because if you're holding stuff, then really you are like, we didn't have trust from the jump. If you couldn't even hold me accountable about something you didn't like, or even something I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Like I was getting on your nerves like 2 months ago. You just not telling me. Like that's crazy.
Like, wow.
But like, I don't know. I just rather you communicated with me now. We can handle it. We can settle it. And not just that, you could work on things like within yourself, and then with others, like they can work on themselves as well. Like it's just a part of growth, like building and strengthening that relationship, that bond towards each other.
But it's very important to
Most definitely
do that.
Just it's part of
Just
communication.
a part of communication.
Like,
If you have a lack of communication, the accountability is not there, the trust is not there.
it's nothing. It's
And
like,
at
why
that,
y'all
at that
together?
point, is the relationship even there? Because, like, at that point, it's like, even if y'all do come together at some point about it, like, that'll also show you, too, whether that person is even worth you being with them. If they can't even have a simple conversation with you about accountability. And
Like,
just,
People just so
you
sensitive.
didn't like that I did this, but you wait 5 years to tell me.
Oh, I hope I don't.
Oh,
waste
what?
that
Don't
long.
you ever?
Jesus.
Man.
Hello.
Dude,
Don't.
young man,
Oh,
sir,
my gosh.
don't you ever.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me know from the jump, please.
Okay, Carisha, please.
Like, just don't wait. It's a part of communication. It comes. It happens. It's a conversation that has to be had, even if it's uncomfortable.
Right.
That's just what it is.
That's true. Okay, I'm back. So, let's say you have a friend or a person in your life, whoever it may be. You're telling them about themselves. You're telling them, something that, whatever it may be. You're just trying to help them elevate, grow, prosper. You tell them in the nicest way possible. And then they take it personally. Like, how do you handle it? Like,
Oh my god, my last relationship was so fucking toxic. Like, oh my god, like what used to annoy the freak out of me. I'm saying freak. Again, when you're trying to, express how you feel or what things you don't like, or
narcissist.
They become a narcissist, or they like just flip the whole script, and it's just so annoying. Like, don't do that. Don't try to end up playing victim when I'm sitting there trying to tell you how I feel about a certain situation or a certain thing that is bothering me or is making me uncomfortable, and you just flip it and make me feel like maybe I was the one tripping. Don't do that, and I hate that, and that just shows that person didn't want to take accountability of their actions and the things they did. But it's okay, because I learned how to just chunk the deuces and go about my day, and I look back.
It definitely teaches you, like, who was truly comfortable with what you have to say to them. Because honestly, one thing I can say is, if you don't understand where I'm coming from, because I can explain it plenty of ways. Plenty of ways I can explain it to you. But at the end of the day, the whole thing leads to one result. So I can take it just a straight way. But if you don't understand where I'm coming from, if you're ready to jump fly, you're ready to fight, listen, we can dead this right now. You don't have to worry about me telling you anything else ever again. I'm good. You can be good. We can agree to disagree. You can go on about your life. I will go on about mine, and we can be cool with it. Done.
And that's what Mary had a little lamb.
Because there's no need to hold on to people who don't understand that you're just trying to hold them accountable, that you're trying to help them with something before somebody else hurt their feelings.
Right.
So
it just sucks. Like, especially when you like, dang, like I thought.
And you see the value in people.
Yeah, you're mature by now. But some people,
they
pride.
Still have that high school mindset.
Yes, they pride.
We're not in middle school no more.
It's just like I said, it's people pride. Right. Like they can't be wrong. You could be wrong. We all done wrong. We're not perfect.
People would rather play the victim instead of being like, oh yeah, I fucked up, or like, let me take accountability of my actions.
And
like,
still can't take.
And even if your pride do get in the way, at least be man or woman enough to come back and be like, you know what, I messed up, I disrespected you.
Exactly.
I apologize. Not I'm sorry, because you're not sorry because you did it. You apologize and you intend to do better or do different.
Right. Don't come back around.
But don't say you're sorry because you're not sorry.
Later, act like nothing happened.
No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not on my watch. You're not.
Right, don't do that.
Ain't no more spinning the block. That goes for friends, whoever.
Baby family too.
Price, yesterday's price is no longer available. Like, no.
Like, I have a black card.
Okay. We got metal cards over here. Okay? Like, no. Since we're talking about people who take you telling them about themselves personally, could you be with somebody who lacks accountability? It's like, relationship wise, could you be with somebody who lacks accountability? I'm gonna say no. I'm off this too sleep. My patience is real thin for that. So no. Point blank, period. No.
Obviously not, because I'm single. Just being honest.
Woo. Oh. Well, she said.
I learned my lesson. Don't let nobody dictate to you anything or make you feel like you're the problem. Because you're not.
No, baby.
They're the problem. So yeah, that's why I'm single now. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I feel like no.
Because this is not sweetie, okay?
Just no. Because that's something you should be able to learn for yourself. You can't be jumping from person to person, not understanding that you could be the problem too. And that's not even saying that you're always the problem, because the other person could be the problem. But if you're the problem, own it.
Right.
Especially it's all over you, up and down.
Especially if you're like, you keep getting the same situations like that. Pattern just continues.
You are the problem.
Break that curse.
And let's just be clear. Let's just add God in there. He gonna keep putting you in the same situation
until you learn.
Baby,
he gonna keep giving you the same list.
Keep giving you the same list
until you learn.
It's like
Hello?
telling the baby to stop touching that, don't touch that, that's hot.
And they keep touching it, and they keep touching it. And you're gonna keep getting
You're gonna
burned,
keep getting burned
every time. Like, what?
Yeah, burn for real.
And the intensity is just gonna get greater and greater. It's not gonna lower at all.
Like, when are you gonna realize? You're gonna realize 10 of the same relationship cycles down the line?
I hope not.
Or, I hope not, but are you gonna learn, hopefully, after the first time? Like, which one it's gonna be?
Child.
Don't come over here if you can't hold yourself
I
accountable.
hope you're gonna learn after the
Please.
first time.
Don't come over here.
Don't let it get
Don't
past
you
one.
walk through that door.
You better turn it around and keep it pushing.
Baby, hop in the car, make your way to the airport, and be
Baby,
on your way.
go find somebody else who
okay with that.
okay with it.
Yeah. Play
Not
with
on
your own,
you.
don't play with me.
Okay, period. Cause who raised him like that? Patricia. Come on now.
You didn't figure it out.
It ain't no
Come
why
on
you being weird
now.
to me. No, why you even thought about knocking on my door.
Hello.
Don't even knock.
It's me.
If you know you coming with
Don't
some,
even
if you know you coming with some unnecessary baggage, don't even knock.
don't even stop, park the car. Just keep driving. just keep going. baby.
Wrong address.
Just observe and keep pushing. Don't interact. Nothing.
Don't even look at me, please.
Patricia. Please. Okay.
Baby, this it right here.
This it right here. This is what the girls will do. Okay. I know. Yeah, I know what time it is. But yeah, the scenario. I'm gonna tell y'all what we gonna do. But we also want to hear what y'all do.
So, put it in
If
the
I
comments.
You can put it in the what would y'all do? Put in the comments.
Mm.
Whatever you watch me say, review, whatever.
What will we do?
So say, I'm just gonna ask this question: how long could you be with someone? How long could you hold someone accountable for their actions until enough is enough? So basically, you're like rarely seeing any change, if any. How long until you just like, look, I'm wiping my hands with the situation. You continue to do that, but I'm no longer interested.
I think now for me is one. You got one time. Yeah, cause I'm not doing that again. Give you a chance, you know. We got one time.
What if they pull you with that? Here you go. Let's leave like everybody else.
Well, I wonder why. I wonder why everybody keep leaving. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself, baby. But yeah, I don't know. I can't take it no more. I just can't. I'm not with the BS. I got things to do, baby. You can't hold me back. I'm not gonna allow you to do that. So when you get your stuff together and you didn't hit my line. Not you yawning.
I'm sorry, baby.
Am I boring you?
No.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, y'all.
But yeah, like nah, you really got one time. I mean, if let me go back because now I'm gonna sound like a contradict myself. But anyways, it's mind your business.
Sound like a hypocrite.
So I am not. And so I just feel like, you know, if I see you trying to be like, oh, like you just kind of going back, I'll be like, hey, you backtracking.
Let me.
Like, you know, hey, quit. Like, get
Yeah.
hold on now. But you got one time.
Okay.
I'm gonna say as of right now, I'm gonna say 3 times, and this is why. Because the first time I tell you I'm being nice, but I want you to hear where I'm coming from. The second time I tell you is a warning, because now I'm about to pack up and move shit. I'm about to go. So the second time is a warning, because that between that first and second time, I gave you grace to try to figure it out. But by the time that third time comes, I'm just telling you now for the next person, because I'm good. I'm moving on. I'm no longer telling you.
So
Because you can lead the horse to water, but you cannot make it drink.
Mm.
So the first
Well.
2 times in between them, I gave you grace to figure it out.
All right
But that
now.
last time, I'm just telling you for the next person because I'm gone.
Okay. That's on what?
How about a round of applause?
That's it. That's all you get.
What George Bush said, he said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, can't get fooled again. Like,
Oh, child.
I would say for me,
It's all once.
twice. Really once. Really. But if I like you like that or whatever, it's gonna be twice. I like somehow, some way. I try to see the good in people. I don't know why, cause everybody,
Why is it weird to me?
everybody, don't move how they should move or whatever. They be lacking some traits, but be trying to tell you about yourself.
But
It's not how it works.
hold on. What you doing?
How you gonna try to tell me about myself?
Look at you.
Why you being weird to me? Like, what? But yeah, I would say twice, maybe. Eventually, it's gonna get to 1 time, cause
Yeah.
what?
I'm just.
What you saying?
No, come on. We talk about accountability. Come on, tell me about myself. You said 5 times. Who?
Being weird to me.
Who?
Then 20 niggas in club. I don't know about each other. Anyways, continue.
Okay, Miss Girl. Okay. We used to be shady today.
Just holding you accountable.
Okay, thank you, friend. I know, they knew about each other.
Just holding you accountable, baby. That's all. I mean, I had to learn. I told y'all, shoot, I had to teach myself. Like, baby, you keep allowing this. Like, you could try to hold somebody else accountable, but then you have to start holding your own self accountable because you keep allowing that situation to go on and on and on.
Yeah,
So
look
it's
yourself
like, oh,
in the mirror.
no, ma'am.
Girl, look at you.
No, ma'am.
Don't keep letting him treat you like you is a sheen bag. No, baby, you was a Birkin. So,
You are not the stepchild.
okay. Don't let him treat you like a sheen bag. Tell him to treat you like a Birkin. Okay. When he asks you what you bring to the table, baby, you are the table.
Right. You bring it all.
Ask him what do he bring.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, this
What
was
nigga when I said, how my pockets looking, daddy?
But yeah, this was a nice little episode. We hope y'all enjoyed it. As always, we'll see y'all later.
We out.
Peace out.
Delete.